Hello and welcome to a rather special Sunday repeated on Wednesday program, and this is
the mojo hand, the winning boy's magic.
Marge, this ticket doesn't just give me a seat. It also gives me the right, no, the duty to make a complete ass of myself.
But as for me, I'm off to battle aliens on a faraway planet.
Hello, operator, give me the number for 911.
Who sent you here? Can't talk, little man? Bet can't play none either.
I could pull a better cartoon out of my ass. Hey, whoa! Wasn't that great, kid?
Oh, bitch.
Kill my boss! Do I dare live out the American dream?
Oh, overload. Pleasure overload.
Uh-oh. 2 independent thought alarms in one day.
Good morning, Wood Ticks and Patriots. Welcome to the Just Jim Show. I had to turn this down here a little bit. We're having technical difficulties, as always, at Lake Wish I Be Gone from the bunker. But anyway, better late than never. Here we go. Oh, what can I say? It's a mouthful. But welcome anyway. Hey, let's jump right in. Again, like I said, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm an hour late. We've been online with tech support. And hopefully we have it straightened out. I doubt it, but you never know. Anyway, as we get the news wires, we bring it on. The plot thickens. Hunter Biden, investment firm about the Biolabs in the Ukraine. There's a quarter. An investment facility, a job posting. The chief of the Russian Armed Forces radiation of the project. Related, Russia says Ukraine is littered with U.S. finance. Take a specific about the grinding department, where a 2-year program in the grinding department would give a young laborer a pretty good insight into possibly 3, 4, 5 different grinding machines, but not the manufacturing process that entails an entire apprenticeship program. And that's where the 4-year programs are by far what we need to do. And I don't know, and I can talk to Felkowski and see if this is related to a 2-year program or an entire journeymanship 4-year program. But if you look in our schools, do we have any kind of pre-apprenticeship programs in the junior, senior years in high school where we offer good instruction to the young people about to enter the workforce? It's all been about, oh, you need to go to college. You know, there are kids who just don't want to go to college, and they want to work with their hands. They want to build things. Take a look around. You could be a carpenter, make a lot of money. You don't necessarily have to be an IT guru, and that's not a bad thing. We need a balance of both things in our work world. You can't always be servicing something if you don't have anything made that you need to service. I'm all for this if, in fact, any one of our legislators actually has some know-how into what this bill's intention is supposed to be. Practical application, something that most legislators don't get. They do not understand the anything outside of the fluff of a bill. And that seems to be exactly what's going on. But I'm going to tell you that this has the potential. $20 million is not a lot of money in the scheme of apprenticeship programs, the workforce. It's not a lot of money, not at all. But I guess I have to say that it is a start. And I hope that our legislators, both Assembly and Senate in the state, sink their teeth into this thing, because our neighborhoods are truly lacking. And I bet you the majority of the $20 million is going to go to southeastern Wisconsin, probably Mad City, and some other places that are not necessarily where good economic stability needs to be infused, among other things. And I can go into a story on a Wisconsin Economic Development Committee that was sorely misrepresented in the state of Wisconsin, the northern part of the state. Well, it didn't matter. Senator Jim Holprin never once during his elected term did he attend a meeting of the Wisconsin Economic Development Committee. But, he waved a flag about how he represented Wisconsin. My ass. I'll give you a quarter for that one. It's not, I didn't have time. No, yes, you do have time. You're elected to do these things. Hey, if you got something to tell us, send it in. News at thejustjimshow.com. Be happy to read it and see what's going on. Let's see. Ha! Could it be that this is the time we need to talk about something that is, how can I say, kind of asinine? That's right. Recently, 3 people, and I'm gonna go out on this too. I think I'm just gonna say enough is enough. And I was late on the show. I may leave early on the show, but this right here is it's a dig at. How can I say this? This is going to be a dig on our judicial system in America and what you bleeding heart wood ticks are all about. Yeah. I hear you knocking at my door. Knock it off. Somebody may be trying to call in here, and I'm not going to take the call. Excuse me, not COVID. Ha-ha. A trio was jailed for rape of a mostly unconscious 14-year-old girl. And it was recorded on video because, quote, it was funny. Now, don't get me going, okay? Just don't get me going. But there's a judge, and this is up in Utah, I think it is. Yeah. 3 men jailed in connection with the rape of a 14-year-old Utah girl who drifted in and out of consciousness during the act. Why does this get written as the act? This is during the crime. And that was recorded on video because of one of the culprits thought it was funny. Have been given probation. And that's what we think of our women. Oh, wait a minute. Stop. Up. Applause. There you go. I'll just fill your ears with crap. Richard Jashera, 26. I'm going to mispronounce these names. I'm sorry, but I'm not versed in Afghan names. Dojim Leclerc, 29, and Nasul Albasis, 24, were jailed in September of 2017 after they were each charged with 2 counts of aggravated sexual assault, a first-degree felony. Zasara was charged with 4 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, a second-degree felony. And here's the story. 2 men who raped a semi-conscious 14-year-old girl and another who recorded the rape were sentenced to 48 months of probation. 48 months of probation. 2 of the convicted sex criminals are foreign nationals who will be handed over to Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Hello, people. This is what you're letting into the country. And it's not once. Just the other day, there was some guy supposed to be an Afghan brouhaha is accused over in Wausau, Wisconsin. This is in Utah of sexual assault. The station said the 14-year-old victim sneaked out of a sleepover to meet with 3 men who took her to parties where she got drunk. And then 2 of them raped her while she drifted in and out of consciousness in a car. And he admitted he recorded the rape on video because he thought it was funny. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is the crap that's walking the streets. You bleeding heart wood ticks. Got it? Bleeding-hearted, kill 'em with love wood ticks. Here's the 3rd District Judge, Douglas Hogan, on Wednesday sentenced the trio to between 1 and 15 years in prisons, but suspended the sentences for 48 months of probation. The reduced sentences were part of a plea deal. Now, that's a district attorney. A plea deal. The slime ball that lets, as in Waukesha, lets people get out on a signature bond and then drive his vehicle through a marching parade of dancing grannies. Said that DeJarna pleaded guilty to sexual exploitation of a minor, second-degree felony. A felony! Get probation for a felony. After attorneys argued there was no evidence he engaged in sex with the victim. The other 2 pleaded guilty to a reduced count of rape, a second-degree felony. Excuse me. All 3 were ordered to release from jail, but Desari and Leclerc will be under the custody of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to address their immigration status. This is what we want, marching around the streets, messing with our young daughters. Dads, you get a clue on this one at all? The station added that a June hearing was set to address restitution and probation. Restitution. What? How do you make restitution to a young 14-year-old girl who made a bad choice by doing what she did, but will be scarred forever and a day? I don't get this. Salt Lake County Deputy District Attorney Samuel Sutton told prosecutors the prosecutors worked closely with the victim, adding she supported the plea bargains. And a 14-year-old young lady, an American lady, has love and forgiveness in her heart. Yet, I have to say, at 14 years old, there should be the letter of the law administered and executed appropriately, not some plea deal. Send them back to wherever the hell they came from. I don't care. That's me, Just Jim. Sutton also told the station there was no evidence of any force or coercion, but they added the girl was too intoxicated to give consent. She was a minor. They were adults. But I'm going to tell you that this is their mentality. I don't care where they came from. This is what they think. They're born and bred into a society that thinks women of any age are there for their pleasure at their disposition. I've said enough because I just get too pissed off. I'll give you another quarter. And with that, I will say adieu. I will close with the same video I usually close with, because after that conversation, I think it's very appropriate. You people have got to wake up. The wood ticks are crawling all over the place. God bless. Try and be good to each other. I'll see you next week.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a defender. So God made a patriot. God said, I need somebody willing to sacrifice everything, his fortune, his sacred honor, even his life, for liberty and something called inalienable rights that he cannot see but knows he cannot live without. So God made a patriot. God said, I need somebody willing to ride a horse through sleepy towns in the dark of night, sounding the alarm, entreating neighbors to take up arms against an overwhelming force of wicked tyranny. So God made a patriot. God said, I need someone who, even after crushing defeats, rises up and stands tall. Someone who hears the clarion call that these are the times that try men's souls and does not shrink from the trial. Someone who will cross a frozen river in the dead of winter, when all logic and reason says turn back, abandon hope. So God made a patriot. Then God said, I need a man who knows of the rise and fall of great nations, who knows of human nature and the corrupting influence of power and the fragility of liberty. I need this man, along with his like-minded brethren, to write an enduring constitution. So God made a patriot. God said, I need a person, one person, who's willing to do whatever it takes, even write a book to confront injustice and spark a movement that would tear apart a people so that chains will rightfully be shattered and a blessed union eventually emerge. So God made a patriot. And God said, I need someone who, with the love of family and for the love of country, will cross a vast ocean and storm a heavily fortified beach. And, if he survives, charge through 200 yards of bullets and blood across that merciless beach. And if he survives, scale the towering cliffs. And if he survives, begin the long march to free a continent. And if he survives, return home and, with the same resolute determination, rebuild a nation, and someday be called the greatest generation. So God made a patriot. And God said, I need someone who will, without thought of self, invest in schools and scouts and church and community, so that the proposition that all men are created equal remains a beacon to enlighten the world, and that such a beacon shall not perish from the earth. So God made a patriot. And God said, I need someone who will have the courage to not give up her seat on a bus and thus force a nation to confront its deepest divisions and heal the wounds and pursue the dream that inspires all hearts. So God made a patriot. And God said, I need someone strong enough to stand against any enemy, foreign or domestic, that would try to steal the freedom so dearly defended, the rights so righteously upheld, yet gentle enough to help a small child carry a star-spangled flag in a hometown parade. So God made a patriot. Then God said, I need a man who will speak the truth to his own leaders, that in order to preserve our great nation, we will not sacrifice the well-being of future generations for the sake of our own. Someone who will tirelessly toil day upon night, no matter the setback, no thought of surrender. Someone who will prayerfully rise every morning to climb the wall as a defender, duly endowed with the honored gift of generations before, while offering a solemn promise to generations ahead. A defender who will ensure that the way of truth and the torch of liberty remain forever lit in this shining city on a hill. So God made a patriot.